Sherri Shepherd. I just want to say, hey, family, hey. I'm so excited. John, we're back live. Like, this is for real. This is for real.
Our first show of 2023.
The first show of 2023, and we are live. Like, nothing, no soccer, no pre-tape. We're live. This is like... So we have such a great show for you today. I am so happy because my friend, comedian Judy Gold is here. Yes, that's my girl. This one here. I love this woman so much. I saw Judy back in 1994. She crazy. She was in a sitcom with Margaret Cho called All American Girl. And I saw her, and this funny woman, she played her like roommate or friend, best friend, but she ran through the scene naked, and they blurred everything. But because Judy is so tall, she's like 6'4", like they had to blur everything, and the boxes was all here in the blur. And I loved her. And then she used to perform in Los Angeles at the Comedy Store, the world famous Comedy Store, in the main room. And in the main room were the best of the best comics. And I used to go and just watch her perform and look at her, and I was like, she's so crazy and so fearless, and she's just always been like somebody I had wanted to be friends with. So when we met and just like we hit it off, I love this woman right here, Judy Gold. I've learned a lot from her, and so I'm thankful that she's here. Plus, every day this week, we are showing you how to live your best life. And today, therapist Jay Barnett is here to talk about mental health. I'm so glad. Because it's just so much going on today. It's like, you know, we just need somebody to kind of sometimes help us through, you know, get through. This has been a tough season for a lot of people.
You know, during the holiday season, we lost Twitch, who everyone knows from the Ellen Show.
Yes.
And I was having a hard time because when I was negotiating to join you on this journey, Twitch was somebody who was very supportive of me and called and checked on me regularly. Jay Barnett called me because he knew of that relationship and spent 90 minutes on the phone helping me deal with taking in that news during that time. And I'm so appreciative of him for doing that for me.
I'm glad. I think, you know, something like that, it like puts you in a tailspin, yeah? And trying to figure out how to get out and how to move forward, and everybody's saying 2023 is gonna be, you know, we hope it doesn't suck like 2022 and 2021 and 20 and 19. I'm like, good grief. So I'm glad Jay is here, and I just want to say to y'all, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I don't know. Wait. Like, literally, John, I've been saying Happy New Year. I think I done said it 14 times. Everybody comes in my dressing room saying Happy New Year. How long are we supposed to keep saying Happy New Year? Like, when does it, like, it's January 9th, the new year. If it ain't happy, I don't know what we're gonna do, but at what point do we put it to bed?
Maybe after MLK Day.
That's in February.
No, it's next week, Sherri.
Oh, it's next week. Oh, I thought you meant
Black History Month.
I thought you meant Black History Month. Okay. Oh, Lord, they're gonna get on me for that. She don't know what MLK Day is. I thought you meant Black History Month. Okay, so that's what we did. So everybody made these, like, resolutions. I was on social media, and everybody was making resolutions. I didn't make any resolutions because I never keep them. I did make one. I said I wanted to be more available to my friends because friendships are so important. So I wanted to be more available. And it's so funny because like 5 of them called me, I still ain't called them back. So I am making apologies right now to Lakeisha, to Vonda, to Niecy, to Kim Whitley, to, oh my gosh, Tangi. It's probably like 3 or 4 more. I didn't call you back, and I'm gonna give me a couple weeks, and I'm gonna do it. I'm working on this resolution. Because it's not the same. Talking on the phone is not the same as when you used to do it. Like now, as you get older, like the young ones, y'all don't know about this, but as you get older, your time gets shorter. So you used to be able to talk on the phone like an hour, but now you talk on the phone like when Niecy Nash calls me at 5 in the morning, I'm guaranteed to be on the phone till 7 o'clock in the morning. And I go, don't you have a career? Like you gotta, then you look up and you're like, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm trying to be a better friend in that way. Did you make any resolutions, John?
2. 1, I want to take compliments in better because I usually do, people give me compliments and I deflect. So I want to be more present and take that in. And then, you know, most people know I'm a pretty nice guy, but sometimes people can take advantage of the nice guy thing. I'm creating boundaries this year. I'm not. Yeah. Look at you. Yeah.
You're gonna create your boundaries.
The nice guy, he's gonna be a little tougher this year.
Oh, he's gonna be tougher this year. Well, I like that. Well, then I'm gonna say I love this shirt that you're wearing. You look really amazing in this. Your sweatshirt. You look really good today.
I'll take it in.
Okay.
I'll take it in.
You gotta say thank you, too.
Oh, thank you. Oh, sorry.
Because is that what you're gonna be saying the whole time? I'll take it in.
I'll take it in.
And you look really nice, and so you're gonna set your boundaries. So you're gonna be like, this doesn't work for me, or
This doesn't serve me.
This doesn't serve you. All right, I like that. Doesn't serve me. Okay, so we got it. All right, so we got that together. We did the Happy New Year. Oh, yes, that's right. I have to, first of all, I just have to talk about this. It's picture day at my son Jeffrey's school today. He had to do pictures, and kids just don't dress up anymore for picture day. I don't understand, because remember when we took pictures, we had to, you had to wear your Sunday's best on picture day. So I go up there and I say, what did you have for picture day? He got a sweatshirt or a t-shirt that says, don't bother me before 10. He likes these graphic t-shirts, and he's got sweatpants with his tennis shoes. And I said, you can't wear that on picture day. And so I made him get his hair tapered, and he's got to use his little sponge to get the little texture in his hair. And I didn't take him shopping. And so we were looking for stuff to wear, and I found a shirt, and he goes, Ma, that shirt's got dolphins on it. I'm not wearing. But it was the only shirt that he had that looked cute. It was like a little polo. And I said, you gonna wear this dolphin polo because these pictures are gonna be in my wallet for a long time, and I don't wanna show nobody pictures of you just in a sweatsuit. So the entire weekend, he has been fighting me on what he wants to wear. And at 17, they don't leave you alone. But why? So he wore it, and I texted him. I said, you better make sure you put that dolphin shirt on, because I can see you. So he put it on, and then he calls me in the middle of the Hot Topics meeting. I put him on speaker, and I said, hey, Jeffrey. And he said, everybody here is wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt. I didn't get to do that stuff. Marco, you didn't get to talk to your mother you didn't get to
No, I would get beat.
My
mom would beat me.
I wish I would have called my mother and went, see, and he literally wouldn't get off the phone. He's like, now I got a dolphin shirt on that I gotta wear, and everybody's wearing sweatpants. And I said, well, you are gonna look good. And he's like, I'm not gonna look good because I got dolphins on my shirt. So this boy, and I said, well, tomorrow you wear sweatpants. He said, no, I brought my sweatpants with me, so I'm changing. When I tell you, You know what?
Sherri.
He's a smart kid. I blame this on Whoopi Goldberg. I do. Because Whoopi Goldberg told me you got to talk more to Jeffrey. You got to, tell Jeffrey when he asks you questions, say you don't know. Tell him you don't know. I did too much of that. I did too much of talking to Jeffrey and letting him have an opinion on things. This is just backfired in my daggone face. I'm telling you, Whoopi ain't started work on The View yet. I'm going to call him when I get done. And tell him, Whoopi, this is not, this right here with this boy. I love him. I love Jeffrey. But I want to shout out one of my best friends, Kim Whitley, her son Joshua. It is Joshua's birthday today. This boy right here is the love of my life. I think that Joshua is 11 years old. Nobody really knows Joshua's age because Kim won't tell you what his age is, because if she tells you his age, then we're gonna know what her age is. So I texted her 6 times and said, Kim, I'm gonna shout out Joshua. How old is he? Radio silence. She has not answered me back, so I think that he is 11 years old. And I remember the day that she brought Joshua home. She adopted Joshua, and she did. And you remember, John, when she adopted Joshua, she didn't have a name. And she said, God told her when she was sleeping, he said, name him Joshua. So I said, well, Kim, do you know the story of Joshua? She said, no, I don't know all of that. I said, I think you should pick up the Bible and know what Joshua means, what he did. Like, I believe Joshua, didn't he walk around the wall like 7 times? They were about to go to battle, and he walked around the wall 7 times, and he praised the Lord, and he went to battle, and he fought, and he won. And he won. And I said, that's probably something you should know, so when your son is doing stuff, you know he will win. He will fight battles, and he will win. And I asked her, I said, well, it's his birthday. Did you look up the story of Joshua? She said, I ain't read it yet. So I just want to say, Joshua, I love you so much, and happy birthday to you, little one. Much has happened over the holidays. I tell you, I got news New Year's Eve about Barbara Walters passing. And I tell you, it hit me, it was like a thud in my heart when they told me about Barbara. She was 93 years old. And 93. And Barbara Walters, man, she was a television icon. She broke barriers as the first woman to anchor the news in 1976. Barbara Walters opened the door for countless women in television and journalism. And just looking back on it, I had the privilege of sitting next to Barbara Walters for 7 years on The View. You couldn't pay for that kind of that experience. I learned so much from Barbara, and she was tough on me. I don't shy away from saying that. I cried for 3 years because Barbara was so tough on me, but I realized it's because she loved me so much and she wanted me to be better. But I remember there were so many things that happened that she taught me. Senator John McCain came on the show while he was running for president, and this was a big deal because we hadn't had Republicans come on the show. And Barbara, as everybody is talking about, she's very meticulous about what questions are asked. She will go over questions for hours and in the order. And we were all sitting there in our Hot Topics room, and she said, I'm going to start off. Whoopi, you're going to ask question number 1. Then Joy, you will ask question number 2. Elizabeth, you're going to ask question 4. Sherri, you come in with question number 5. Then we're going to go back around. So I'm listening. I'm like, okay, I'm going to ask question number 4. And I was so prepared to ask my question in the right order. But as soon as we sat down, Joy jumped right in with the question. And I was like, wait a minute. You're not supposed to ask the first question. And then Whoopi asked the question. And I was like, that's not even on the card. Then Elizabeth jumped in, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to go late. And, and on The View is so many women, and I was like, and I couldn't get my question in. And I was so upset, and I had a little temper tantrum inside. I had a miniature temper tantrum, John, and you know that thing where you go, well, I'm not gonna say nothing. And I did that, and I ended up asking not one question on this segment. And the segment got so much publicity, it just went everywhere because of the questions that they asked. And they kept saying, you know, the ladies of The View really held his foot to the fire, the ladies of The View. And I felt so left out because I didn't ask anything, because I had that little temper tantrum and pouted. And Barbara called me into her office, and she said, why didn't you say anything? And I said, well, cause, you know, and I was like a little girl. I was like, go whoop his ass. I knew I didn't know the car. And then Joy, she wasn't going in order. Then Elizabeth came through and they didn't let me talk. And she looked at me, cause I thought tears worked. That's what I thought, And I'm pouting, and she said, dear, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it one time. You have to speak up or you will get left behind. And she did. She talked to me about people not waiting. And, you know, and I was just raised, you follow the rules. I'm a nice girl, and I learned that from Barbara. You know, you have to jump in, you have to speak. And I think even now, a lot of people, probably my biggest critique is that I talk too fast. And I learned being on The View, there's 4 or 5 of us sitting at a table. John used to help me every day on The View formulate my thoughts so that I could get at the table with the ladies. And I would have to get in, it was like double Dutch, you know? And I would have to jump in and say what I needed to say very succinctly. Remember, John? I had to say it very quickly, get in and get out, because if Barbara kicked me under that table, I didn't went too long. So that's probably one of my biggest things, is because I talk fast, because I'm used to doing it. I did it for 7 years on The View, talking fast. So I have to learn that, Sherri, it's just you. You can slow down and talk. Now this is too slow for me when I talk this slow. But I got to give Barbara her props, because she fought to put me on the show, because the network did not want 2 black women at the table. They didn't see a reason for it, because they felt that we were going to say the same thing. And Barbara was undeterred, that she fought to put both of us at the table. She did. Like, literally, she broke that mold, because she fought, because Whoopi and I, our thoughts couldn't be more different. And I knew our thoughts were different, because I would say things and Whoopi would look at me like, where did you get that from? What are you? So she fought, and because Barbara fought, and then you saw shows like The Real, which was all women of color. You saw a show like The Talk, which started out with 2 black women, Aisha Tyler and Cheryl Underwood. It started from The View. And so to Barbara leaving that legacy, but I went on The View last week with all of the women to give homage to our Barbara. And I have to tell you, like, it was such a sisterhood. Even if we hadn't worked together, Debbie Montanopolis and Lisa Ling, we just hugged. It's such a family. Being on there with all of my sisters, with Sunny, with Sarah, with everybody, and everybody had a Barbara story. And Barbara threw my bridal shower. And that was the first time I had gone to her penthouse on Park Avenue or Fifth Avenue. And she had all of these beautiful pictures on the wall. And there was one of her just standing there next to a piano. And I said to Barbara, I said, oh, where'd you take that picture? And she said, I didn't take the picture, dear. I commissioned the artist. Oh, shoot. I commissioned the artist. I said, oh. So every time I have a picture, I say, I commissioned the artist. I don't even care. It could be a selfie. I commissioned the artist. And then she had art. She had art from all over the world. You know, you put it on those stands, art everywhere. And it was a piece of African art. And I said, ooh, that's beautiful. I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. I said, because she was giving me a tour of the penthouse. And I said, Barbara, where'd you get that? And she said, I didn't get that. I procured it. Procured it, dear. So those are the 2 words I use, commission and I procured it. I procured it. But on her last day, when she left the show, she was waiting for the elevator, and I went to her to hug her. And she put her hand on my face, and she said, dear, I am the most proud of you, because you did your homework and you studied and you did the research. You did the homework. And she said, dear, I love you. She said that, and the doors opened, and she stepped in the elevator, and I started crying. Y'all know I'm a crier. I just started boo-hooing, and as the elevator doors were closing, she goes, "What are you crying for?" And that pretty much summed up our relationship perfectly. And I will say this, Barbara, because I know you're up in heaven. If you're not interviewing the people up in heaven yet, if you're watching, I just want to say thank you for everything that you have done, not just for me, but for all women in this business. And I want to say, Barbara Walters, thank you for believing in me because you changed my life forever. I have a talk show called Sherri, and I thank you, Barbara. So, I will say, don't go anywhere because up next we are chatting with actress and comedian Judy Gold. Guest has made us laugh, and she and we've had so many fun times on red carpets together, so I'm glad we didn't get escorted off the premises. Please welcome my friend, comedy genius, Judy Gold. You know what? I smile with joy every time I see you. I'm so happy that you're here. Oh, you remember, girl, we'd be on the red carpet and we would just act crazy on the red carpet. Do you remember any of those? Look, I don't know what the heck we were doing.
I think, oh, wow. I was a little thinner there. Wow, okay. We look really hot. Look at my face. What is going on?
I don't know
what her other arm is doing.
I don't know what we were doing on the red carpet.
But it's good. I like it. Yeah.
It's good times.
Yeah. You know, when I was, talking to your producer, we were talking about the bond female comics have with one another, because when we were coming up, and a lot of people don't realize this, there was one, if there was a woman on the show, there was one.
That was one.
And they set
10 men, one woman.
Right, and they set up this system where we were supposed to compete for that one spot, and we never got to work together. You'd go on the road, you were the only woman.
That's it.
So when we got to be together, it was just pure, it was joy, like you said. It was pure joy and sisterhood.
And the sisterhood of female comics.
Right, because they wanted us to be like, and we just embraced one another. And it was like someone got something, we were like, great, it's good for all of us.
It is
right?
good for all of us, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I remember you would come on The View a lot.
Oh,
we loved having you on. Because it would be those days where it's like nobody has it, and here comes Judy Gold.
With my straight hair, yeah.
Coming on the show, Judy, you were George Wallace. But do you have any memories of...
I remember, because that was like a comedy. Remember, we all brought one of our favorite comics, like a newer comic, to come on and perform. And I remember that because, talking about Barbara, she was sitting in all the hosts sat in the audience.
Right.
And you're doing your stand-up, and there is Barbara Walters' face, and you're like, please laugh, please! And she did, and she told me I was funny, and I was like, I immediately called my mother, rest in peace. I'm like, Barbara Walters said I'm funny. But, talking again about women, like she was this tiny little Jewish woman who was, I am gonna do this and no one's gonna stop me. And she was the first, and that show they did, I guess it was last week when they were.
We all came on.
You all came on, and to that one clip of all these women.
The journalists.
Yeah, journalists coming out.
Yeah.
That touched me. It takes one.
It only takes one. He always makes want to believe in you. I'm telling you. Man. Well, thank you for that memory of Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
We love it. I want to say, you are with Elsa, your partner Elsa. You guys Elisa. You guys have been together for 6.
Oh God, who picked that photo?
I don't know. We took it off your Instagram.
Okay.
You look
First
happy.
of all, that bathing suit I'm wearing, I don't know if you see like the liner is coming out on the.
Judy, I didn't look at that. I looked at how happy you look.
We
with your lady.
This is the key. Laughing.
Yes.
Laughter is
you
the
have
key
to laugh.
right? It is the key to happiness.
And keeping relationships together, and y'all laugh all the time. But now Elisa's birthday is on.
It's on New Year's Eve.
So did you celebrate?
Oh my God. Okay, Cheryl. I always call her Cheryl. Okay, so. As a comic, New Year's Eve is the worst night to do comedy because they're all like, wow! And they're like, they have the noisemakers, and you're like, I'm just trying to get out my punchline. Shut up! And so, but it's good money, so everyone wants to work on New Year's, but it is hell. So when I met her and I found out her birthday was on New Year's Eve and I would never have to do a New Year's Eve gig again, I was so happy. I cannot stand New Year's Eve. I think it's the stupidest holiday in the entire. It's like, oh my God, tomorrow's another day on the calendar. Woo! So let's get wasted and watch a ball drop. I don't know, it's stupid.
So you don't have to do New Year's because it's the happy
we just celebrate her birthday.
So on New Year's Eve, what did you do then?
Well, I made dinner, and literally when the ball was dropping, we were watching White Lotus.
Oh, that's what you did on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
But that was good because you were happy.
Happy, full, we were having the best time,
Now, you had the best time. I gotta say, your son, Ben, I haven't seen him in the longest.
I know.
Okay, first of all, he's a basketball star.
Right.
Over at there he is.
Look
Look at your son. At Trinity College.
Yeah.
Now he is 6'8".
6'8".
I got a boy, he's 17 and he's feeling himself. Is Ben feeling himself?
Are you kidding? I mean, first of all, he's so bulky now, it's all about working out. Every mirror, there's not a mirror that he walks by where he doesn't flex. It's like, oh, mommy, look, whoa, yeah. Wait, do you see that line right there? You see that? And the shoulder? It is ridiculous, and he loves the girls, and he's a really happy kid.
I love it, because his mama's
look how
happy.
short I look.
And you are tall, and you are short next to him.
I know. It's so weird to go like that to your son, But it's so funny because, I was 6 feet at 13, and I just got abused, And it was just bullied. And watching him grow up, being gigantic, but a boy and athletic was the complete, he was like the most popular kid, it's crazy.
I love it. I love Ben. I love the fact that you're announcing your new show.
Yes.
You got a new show. Tell me about it.
It's an off-Broadway show. So I wrote this book.
Yeah.
It came out in 2020, which is so great, right? So I couldn't do a book tour. So, and I wrote this one-person show with my friend Eddie Sarfati. It's directed by B.D. Wong.
B.D. Wong, oh my gosh.
It's about free speech from the perspective of a comedian.
Yes.
Because they are silencing us, and they are burning. Well, they're not burning the books, but they're about to burn the books, and it's really censorship is the end of free speech, and this country is great.
And they need us.
Yes. But you know what's so funny? So this is the poster, right, for the show, and this was the idea of BD to put the
ball thing in your mouth.
Gag,
the ball
which
gag.
My jaw. I don't know how people do that because I was like, and. We tried to put this photo on Facebook, and it was like, this is violating
the terms, yeah.
Okay, but any anti-Semitic or racist or homophobic thing can go on Facebook, but not
the ball in your mouth.
Yeah, not the ball in my mouth.
Girl, I'm happy about the book because I went to your first one-woman show, and it was amazing.
Oh, thank
you. So
I
can't wait to see this one-woman show.
Yeah,
because you are absolutely amazing, Judy Gold. Thank you for saying yes to me.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too, girl. For more info on Judy's projects, including her upcoming tour, go to sherryshowtv.com. And up next, we're in Sherri's pop-up shop. Keep it here. Judy Gold! January is all about making improvements in our lives. So here to take us through some fabulous products that will upgrade our new year is lifestyle expert Bahar Takhteshian. Hey, Bahar. Happy New Year.
Yes, thank you so much.
I'm thankful you're here. Where do we get started?
All right, I want to mention that everything that you see here today, you can access by just scanning the QR code right on your screen. So super easy. But Sherri, let's start in the fashion department, okay?
Yes.
These are the perfect leggings for the winter.
Why?
These are fleece lined. They're amazingly warm.
Nice.
Yes, and so these are from Bayleaf. And basically you could wear these if you're skiing, ice skating, doing yard work, but they're also great for wearing when you're like running an errand in the cold.
But I like it. It's not too thin and it's warm.
Yeah, and it's not too thick either. I also love how it's a high-waisted band.
Yeah. So it won't fall up under my rolls.
Right. It sucks everything in, and it doesn't show your undergarments when you're like, you know, dipping down and doing things down on the floor. Also, it has pockets. Love that
the pockets for the cell phone. A lot of colors.
Comes in a lot of different colors.
Yes.
$31, great deal.
This is good right here. Now, what is this?
So this is so cute. In the new year, most of us want to sleep more.
Yes.
Think of this as like a weighted blanket for your eyes. It's from Nod Pod. It's a sleep mask, but as you can see, it puts a little bit of pressure.
It's got a little bit of weight on it.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure. It's supposed to calm you. It's supposed to make you feel relaxed.
Yes.
And it's so super soft. It is also wonderful because it blocks out all sorts of light, 100% of the light.
Yeah, you can't see nothing.
Yeah. And it's really, really cozy. And what's wonderful is that you can use this in any sleep position. If you sleep on your tummy, on your back, if you want to use it on the airplane, you're good to go with this, right?
All right.
And if you sleep warm, you can also pop this in the freezer for a cooling effect.
Oh, so it'll be cool too.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. $34. It comes in a bunch of colors. Again, if you guys see something you like, just scan that QR code right on your screen.
I like this. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so this, Sherri, is a rechargeable hand warmer.
Oh, this is nice. I can feel it.
Isn't that smart?
Yes.
So like a lot of hand warmers are single use. It's a waste of money. It's bad for the environment.
Okay.
This one, you just plug it into a USB cord and it warms up within seconds. Can you feel that?
I can feel it. I don't know if it's gonna trigger my hot flashes, but I can feel the heat. Okay.
And yes, and thankfully it comes in 3 different temperature levels. It's super simple to use. I like that it's portable too.
Yes.
So keep one in your purse, in your backpack. You're waiting for the bus and you get cold.
Just put it on there.
Just pop it in.
Okay. All right.
This is about $28, a really great investment and really good for the environment too.
Okay, I like hand warmers. Because it's cold.
It is cold.
What do we have here?
Okay, so new year, new you. Everyone wants to drink healthy, eat healthy.
Yes.
So this is from Beast Hydration. First and foremost, it's a really great smoothie blender.
Okay.
So super simple to use. Blend up any fruits, any yogurt that you want. Awesome.
So I can like put my ginger and stuff in here and
Well, check this out. It's a blender, but then this part of it is a infuser. So
ooh, nice. Okay.
It infuses your water.
Right.
You know how like water can be plain? You want to spice it up, put your ginger in there, put a little fresh lemon, maybe some celery. And then what it does is there's an infuser in there that gives it the flavor.
Okay. Oh, so the water will be flavored. I got it.
It'll
I like
be fully
that.
flavored, and then you can actually drink this on the go.
Nice.
$195. It's an investment, but think of all that money you'll save by not going to the smoothie bar.
Absolutely. Now, what have we here? Oh, I'm taking my shoes off.
Yes, get into this. This is a half exercise ball from Ativa.
Okay.
So it's a great way for you to work out at home. It comes with resistance bands right built into it.
So what am I doing with this?
You can do
like that.
You can do planks. You can do lunges. It works on your core. Yes! Burning calories.
And you just stay on it?
$72. Yeah, you stay on it as long as you want. It inflates and deflates in like within seconds.
You see that, Marco? You see that? Ha, ha, ha.
All that good bouncing for you. Again, if you like something that we're seeing today, just all you have to do is scan this QR code right on your screen. This is $72.
Oh, I like this. All right, Bahar, thank you for being here. Now be sure to scan the QR code on your screen and to get these products while you can. Up next, mental health expert Jay Barnett is here. This is cool. we're gonna show you how to live your best life. And here to teach us how to make our mental health a priority in 2023 is therapist Jay Barnett. Jay.
Thank you, Sherri.
Can you tell us why is it so essential to make mental health a top priority?
Yes, it's how we do life. We do life with our mental health. And when you think about our mental health, your mental, emotional, and your psychological and your physical, it really determines the quality of life. And so when your mental health is stable, your life is stable. And so we really have to focus on stabilizing our mental health by choosing things that serves our mental health.
Right. So is there something that we can do, because everybody does the affirmations and a prayer, is there something that we could do every day to improve our mental health?
I think one of the things that we can do is really learning how to check in with ourselves. I think that's so important for us to just stop and take breaks and really check in and says, hey, am I feeling well? You know, am I feeling up to par? Am I feeling like I'm ready for this opportunity? And then if you're not, being able to acknowledge that you're not and give yourself time to get ready. I think the second thing is to create a healthy environment. And really, healthy environment goes beyond your living quarters. It's usually your system of how you socialize. What does your friendship circle look like? And some of us need to remove a lot of, not just toxic people, but toxic behaviors as well.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I would say, most important is creating an active routine, like just being active, you know, getting out of the house. You know, believe it or not, we're one of the loneliest generations ever because of social media. A lot of us don't socialize like we do.
Right, we're constantly on our phones.
Yeah.
You know, it's this time of year, it seems like a lot of people are depressed. And, you know, I don't know if it comes with the territory, but is there anything that we can do to stop the depression?
I wouldn't say it. There are some things that are just natural stressors that come with life. I mean, just every day. But I think what we can do is just be more aware of what we're feeling. I think we hear depression a lot, and especially seasonal depression, you know, during this time of year. But what I think is important is just us being able to acknowledge where we are. And life is just heavy right now for a lot of people. You know, we're still 2 to 3 years removed from the pandemic, and a lot of people are still trying to find rhythm, still trying to find, you know, their own way. And I think what's important is also understanding the message that I'm wearing on my shirt is that you are enough. And I think that's really what's important.
I know what threw me for a loop, it really affected John because he was close to Stephen, Twitch boss. We lost Stephen. We lost Twitch due to suicide. And we were so shocked, so many people, because Twitch seemed like such a happy person, full of joy. Is there anything we can learn from this?
Yes, depression don't have a look, Sherri. It doesn't. As I say that in some way we are all masking something. I think sometimes we move from the phones. You know, everyone has a phone and you kind of put a filter on, but sometimes we have filters in our everyday life. And I think one of the challenging things is the high functioning depression, which is actually a thing, which is persistent depression disorder. And I think a lot of times, you know, we're living life, we're doing our thing, and we don't really have time to process. And when you're in a certain position, people don't think that you have certain challenges. In fact, I think when you have a work environment where you're expected to show up, expected to perform, and that's removed from you, it's a challenge on being able to transition. And so just unfortunate as a Black man, you know, just even trying to process Twitch, because you look at him like, what could be wrong?
Yeah.
But sometimes our pain is not seen visibly, you know, or externally, because we're dealing with it internally.
Well, that's what I wanted to say. You know, I thank you so much for being here. You got to come back because this helps me a lot. If you or someone you know is in need of help, call the National Suicide Hotline at 988. We'll be right back. Thank you. Kids, where I quiz my audience on what the kids are saying today. So I am here with Greg from Maryland, who's 72. What? Oh my God! Woo! 72 and sexy. All right. The word is ick. I'm gonna use it in a sentence. All right. It's an immediate turn off, or is ick makes me itch, or it makes me feel ticklish. So what would you say?
Ticklish.
It makes you feel ticklish? I don't know, but I like it. Well, Greg make me feel ticklish. We ain't got nothing. Greg, I want to say thank you so much for playing, and you are going home with a $100 gift card to Stop and Shop.
Oh, thank you.
There
Thank
we go.
you.
We'll be right back. It's time for Tell Me Something Good, and I am here with Kathy from New Jersey. So, Kathy, tell me something good.
Hello, I am 60 years old. I recently graduated with my bachelor's degree, summa cum laude. I am living my best life and preparing for the London Marathon 2023.
Oh, my goodness. So much congrats on living your best life, and we're giving you a spa package to Exhale Spa.
Thank you.
Woo! Tomorrow, Malcolm Jamal Warner is here. Until then, be intentional about having a good time. Bye.
Nice.